It's the African life. Reggae is the African life.
Reggae is the African life. It's the African life. Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African life.
Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African life. It's the African life. Itamana marosta itijela na mabuluka itlanga na reggae itlangile tot itlanga na nyamuta itlanga munduku will play it forever. Reggae is a love. Reggae is a life. Reggae is a unity. Let's join together. Let's preach love. Stop hating other fellow men. Let's be unite. We must learn to live together. We never give up to teach you. Reggae is the African life. Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African life.
Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African
It's
life.
the African life.
Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African life.
Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African
It's
life.
the African life.
Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African
It's
life.
the African life.
Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African
It's
life.
the African life.
24/7 targeting at the music. Telling it to you, reggae music is a life. Music of heartbeat, where you can find the light. Listen very carefully, you can feel the punch. Get up or stand up, or Rastaman march. Marching out of Babylon, going to Mount Zion. Rastaman teacher, a general teacher. Living in a jungle, no time for go mingle. Fireman a champion, my sound a champion. Just like a lion, living in a Zion. Reggae on the special, stop pretending. Be wise and heavy, overstanding. Be careful of what you're saying. In the music we are not playing. Naughty dreadlocks is the power of Nazareth. We are pushing life, it's a life of the ancient.
Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African
It's
life.
the African life.
Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African
It's
life.
the African life.
Reggae is the African life.
It's the African life.
It's the African
It's
life.
the African life.
Leti tingoma peti vulavula na moya. Leti tingoma peti chuchisa mihleketo. Leti tingoma peti vulavula na mbilu. Leti tingoma peti chuchisa mihleketo. Leti tingoma peti vulavula na moya. Leti tingoma peti chuchisa mihleketo. Mani vunanga bya reggae vutomi.
It's the African life.
Bya reggae vutomi.
It's the African
Vunanga
life.
bya reggae ku
It's the
hanya.
African life.
Bya reggae vutomi.
It's the African
Vunanga
life.
bya reggae ku
It's the
hanya.
African life.
Bya reggae
Reggae
vutomi.
is the African life.